Hello everyone, welcome back to the adventures of Pallonius. You can see I'm killing the Cleaner VII, and the reason I'm doing this is for the Knight's card quest I mentioned before that can give us some nice armor upgrades from the Isle of OOT. I've been actually doing them for a while now. I've gotten a whole backpack full of Knight's cards, but I'd like to fill up 2 backpacks. I think that would be the sweet spot. And I got very lucky. I just came down here. I killed 1 giant rat, and then this guy spawned literally 20 seconds later. And I say very lucky because when I first came down here, I was down here for like 2 hours killing giant and infected rats without seeing a single Cleaner VII spawn. I even went into the Quarm server on Discord, went to the Paladin section, and started asking if I was doing something wrong. And then like as soon as I did that, I finally got a Cleaner VII spawn. And then I got another one right afterward. So I guess sometimes you just need to complain to get lucky in this game. Everquest, right? So we've been killing quite a few of them. And ever since I broke the drought, the spawns rate has been pretty decent. Also, been trying to level up a bunch of stuff in the meantime. Casting. Abjuration, which is what I use to cast my center buff and my Yelp spell, has been maxed out at 50. Defense is up to 42 now, just from the occasional hit I get from these guys. And I'm going to start working on leveling alteration now. It's only up to I think 4 or 5. But this way, hopefully, at least our casting spells will be leveled up before we leave this place, which will be very nice. Two-hand blunt, I've been using it as every time I see Con the rat and find out that it's something that would actually give me experience, I've been using it. However, oh, I went down the wrong passageway. It has not been leveling up very quick at all. I think I already had it like trained up to level 3 or level 4, and as you can see, it just went up to 6. I know it's a slow swing, so maybe that's why. But it's also a bit of a bummer. My friend Wolfdar said he started a hardcore character, and he said he started a barbarian shaman, and I just noticed when I actually logged on, I tried to start the video, but I had some sound problems, so I had to throw it out. I started up over here by Bano Targnarl, which is where you actually turn in the scrap metal. Let's do that right now. Anyway, when I finally got ready to go, I started to run away, and I noticed that shaman run right by us. Give them the scrap metal from the cleaner and get another knight card. Thank you, Beno. So again, we're taking these to a dwarf on the Sister's Isle in the Oceans of Tears, and we're going to turn them in. Wolfdar reminded me that there's a rogue that wanders around that's KOS and was annoying me on my enchanter, occasionally jumping me and having to be dealt with when I was camping the Sisters. However, on this character, he's going to be more than an annoyance because he will be red and he will be able to slaughter us, and we will have no recourse as nobody will help us. This player is running the self-found hardcore rule set. I think this is Wolfdar. Because he did mention on one of my YouTube videos that he started a shaman, and when I /who'd the zone, level 6 shaman. I had roleplay on. I'm going to turn it off so people can see my level, class, and everything. Did she just camp out? Nope, she's still there. Is he waiting here for the rat? Is that his plan? He waits here for the rat to come up? Well, that rat just got away. I wonder, because I'm pretty sure she's doing the exact same thing I'm doing. Almost 100%. No reply. Well, she was here first, so I only had a couple minutes anyway, to be honest. I'm on the tail end of my lunch break here. So I was thinking, I'm trying to level up two-hand blunt so I can use this hammer, but to be honest, my one-hand slash is not even near max hit. It's like 30. Let's see, what is one-hand slashing? It's at 36, and the cap is 50, so we really need to get that up as well. So what I'm thinking is, when we leave this place to go turn in the cards in the Oceans of Tears, we're going to have to, after that, get back on the boat, and we're going to have to go to Freeport anyway. So I'm semi-thinking of trying the orc camp over by the Kithakor Forest zone line in West Commonlands. Because I know that there's like 3 different single spawn poles, or at least 2 single poles there. And also, we get the belts from them, right? And the zone line is close enough, I think, to make an escape. Although there are some casters that could be sowing the orcs, but I think most of the time we can strafe escape if we get into trouble. Problem is, I looked them up and they range from like 7 to 10 or something like that, or like 5 to 10, or even 3 to 10 in level. So well, there could be some that'll be too tough for us. I was really thinking they were like around level 7 only. So I don't know. But you can see we actually gotten some experience just from doing this quest. We're 63% now. I think we started at like 40%. So the turn-ins are giving us like 3% each XP. So maybe we'll be level 10 by the time we head to Freeport. Another thing we can do in Freeport is visit the trainer. The dwarves refuse to train with me. They will sell me spells, but they will not train me in the ways of a paladin. And I want to drop some points. Hey, alteration 6. I want to drop some points into two-hand blunt, I think. Get that up. I'm still split on whether to use one-hand or two-hand, but at the moment, I think my two-hand weapon is far better. See, I've got this axe, 6 and 31. My two-hand is 13 and 50. So huge difference, you know. There's a rat, but I'm hesitant to kill it because, well, I should kill it to help with the spawns. Look, there's a Cleaner VII's corpse right there. Oh, that was mine. Obviously. Because I don't want to, this shaman was here first. And I think it's Wolfdar, although he never replied. Looks like he logged. Probably because I took the camp. I feel bad. I wish he had replied to me. Maybe it wasn't Wolfdar. Anyway, I am logging now too. I'll be back on later tonight. Gonna continue this grind here, leveling up. Like I said, I want to get a whole nother backpack. But I thought, why not start the video now that I'm playing at a lunch break? It's a nice quiet time. Can record nicely without the kids barking around, and can finish up this grind later. And then can show the turn-in. If you are enjoying this series, please give it a like, I guess. I want to kind of get it out there more, get the channel out there more. Maybe someday I could hit 1,000 subscribers, and then YouTube would start trickling just a little bit of money my way, which would be nice because I have no income stateside at the moment, and I have maybe $20 a month worth of credit card payments for subscriptions that I'd like to. It'd be nice to not have to send money from China to cover them. But I don't think I would make that much anyway, so whatever. Just thinking of some stuff to say right now. I'm gonna head back to work, pick this back up later. And I think I'll just leave the video paused while I grind away. And then when I'm ready to go to OOT, I'll fire it back up, which will be just an instant of time for you. Alright guys, I just unpaused it here because, well actually, I'm in a It's been a couple days since the last time I showed you anything, but I finally figured out something that I've been interested in, and the effect of being thirsty. It seemed like I was starting to think on this server, being thirsty, being hungry didn't affect anything, because I was thirsty for a long time on this character. What happened was I thought I had camped out and I didn't, and I went back to work after one of my lunch break sessions, and I came back to find him sitting here. Of course, went through all of his food, all of his water. And I have a problem that I had before in the dwarf town, is that you can't frickin' find a pot of water to save your life, man. I swear, you go to Iron Toes Eats, which is, if anything, it's a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Beer, 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 food. Frickin' dwarves, man. Like, you know? But, so I don't have any water. But I saw that my mana was regenerating at the same rate. I don't have meditate yet, so I'm getting like 2 ticks per, or 2 points of mana per server tick, right? But just now I noticed it is not going up at all. And if you've been looking at my mana since I started talking about it, you'll see it's at 15 out of 189, which is 7% of my total mana pool. And it's just stuck there. So after a long time of being thirsty and out of drink, you finally sort of bottom out, and you will straight up stop regenerating any mana at all. So that's something to keep in mind here. Now, of course, yeah, I should go through the rigmarole of running around trying to find some water so I can regenerate my mana and continue to practice casting. Alteration is not doing good, guys. It's coming up real slow. I got it up to 12. Obduration is maxed, and channeling's not too bad. It's at 30. You know, getting up there, and it's going to continue to level as I do alteration as well, but I should be using this time to be practicing spellcasting, you know, since I'm sitting here waiting for rats to spawn. But see, the thing is, I don't want to go running around looking for it unnecessarily, because I'm thinking I would rather get the scrap metal and go get another night card and then run around and do it, you know? Like, I like to be, like, efficient like that, but I guess it's not efficient because I'm wasting all this time not casting. Who knows how long it's going to take me to get another night card. So I think I'm going to go now, because I just killed a spawn, so I'm going to be waiting for a respawn anyway. Let's go find some drink in Dwarf Town. This is going to be ridiculous. So for those of you who do end up doing the night card quest like me, know that this guy, Trantor Everhot, he's going to kill any rats that run to him. And most of the rat spawns, after a little, I think there's 2 spawns, and maybe only one of the 2 spawn points will do this. They'll start running around really fast down there. You'll notice it. They're running at like top speed, and then they'll come shooting out of the mines. And what they're going to do is they're going to run down this path over here, right up to Trantor Everhot, and he's going to one-shot kill him. So if you just want to look for the cleaners, and if a rat gets away, running away from you like that, you don't have to bother with chasing them down, because they are going to get killed. Wow, look at how cool this looks with my new texture pack. Doesn't that look cool? I know some people maybe don't like it because it's not pure classic, but it's basically classic with like a little bit of a neon glint on it. So I'm thinking a forge is something that would need some water, right? That's part of the forging process, but maybe not. But there are some nice weapons here. A 2-handed battle axe, 26 plat, 12 and 44. Wow, that's like as good as our bludgeforged hammer, 13 and 50. I'd be more interested in your one-handed options at this point. 8 and 39 versus our 6 and 31. This feels slightly better. Claymore's a 2-hander, right? Longsword, 6 and 29 is better than 6 and 31. So that's a possibility. Oh, look, also, aside from, wow, my strength, AGI, and dex are starting to take a dive, and I think that's because of my thirst. I mean, I can't imagine what else. My endurance is at 21. So, wow, this is unexplored territory for me, because I did not drink any water for so long. My endurance is going down super fast, making me tired, which is affecting all my other stats. Pretty soon I'm going to be encumbered. This is intense, you guys. Now, I don't really know where I am. I didn't activate my Nparse map for this character. Let me just take a second to do that real quick. Okay, I accidentally closed Nparse because it like lagged. I clicked on it and I was going to go to select character log, and it like didn't come up, and I clicked again, and then I was gonna click again, and it came up, and I clicked, and that was like, I think, the quit button. So it just like pew went away. So we're just gonna wander blindly through Dwarf Town here. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have any drink. Well, maybe. Oh, is this where you get cloudy potions? Yeah, so 11 platinum, you guys, just so you know. Invisibility. 1 charge of invisibility for 11 platinum. Very nice. Invisibility versus the undead is a different story. Blinding Step, I don't know what that does. Pale Green Potion does Envenomed Heal. Okay, why is it in an Envenomed Heal? It's probably like a heal that like slows you though, so you don't want to use it in combat. Enduring Breath, also 11 platinum. Crimson Potion, Reckless Health, I don't know what that does. Bark Potion, Stalwart Regeneration. Okay, that's interesting. You know, I might consider, you know what I mean, Gate for 1,136 platinum. Holy crap. But you know, if once I get some money, it would be a good idea for me to come back to this little shop here, which seems to be unnamed. This is someone's house, I think. And pick up some regeneration, some health potions of some sort. But again, cannot find water to save my life. Gertha Soiree. That's probably not how they really pronounce it. Ooh, look at this. Small. Everything's small. Okay. Would you happen to, by some miracle, have some water? Anybody? Anybody? Gosh. Nobody drinks water in Dwarfville. Don't you know that beer is dehydrating? I was going to say dehydrative. Don't you know that beer is dehydrating? Like, you need water. You can't live off of beer. I guess they're like, hey, look at me. I've been living off of beer for years. It's kind of hard to argue with that. Where am I? I've never been here before. Certainly someone in this palatial estate. Is this the... Did I just come around to the... No, this is not the Cleric Paladin Guild, because that would have the clerics out front. Oh, this is where the King... Do you sell water, King Kazan Stormhammer? If I hail you, what do you say? Nothing. He does not even talk to me. Okay. Well, nor does he sell water. Does one of your squires sell wire? Still, I'm glad I came. I have never seen the Dwarven Throne. They got a nice castle, man. This is pretty baller in here. Would have gone for a bit of a higher ceiling in my throne chamber, personally, but I guess when you're short, like they are, it probably seems like a high ceiling. Alright. Here we go. See the infected rat, and then Tranter Everhot just killed it. So like this, I think actually... if the cleaner doesn't pop, I think only one of the spawns comes running over here. Okay, but I might be wrong. Maybe they both do. I think, so many I thinks, but I really do think. I think someone told me. I'm not just like assuming, like completely, not just completely assuming. Someone told me that he kills giant rats and infected rats, but he does not kill the cleaner. Right? So it's kind of like the Spectre Island in OOT with the gargoyles and the skeletons. Like, eventually, you're going to have a cleaner, and the cleaner spawn is going to stay up until someone kills it, because the NPC is killing everything but the cleaner. Right? Does that make sense? Okay, I know this is a long shot, but I'm going to check every shop. This is a weapon shop. Yeah, I decided not to waste my time with fletching. I'm gonna have spells for pulls. I already checked the pub, but here I figured I should show it. Look, beer, and shot glasses. And you think, well, maybe the woman's more sensible, right? His wife. Nope, exact same menu over here. Nothing to drink that actually, you know, is good for you in the pub. Now. Iron Toes Eats restaurant, right? Greta Model, what do you got? She's where I got my food. I need to buy more. The muffins were cheap, but they are going fast. Like, He's ripping. He already ate 11 of them, and I don't think I even put in that much playtime. So we're gonna have to go with some hearty meat pies, I think. So now we got the food. That's taken care of. Tumpy Iron Toe. This is the same. Is this not the same Tumpy Iron Toe that I killed in South Quanos? I should probably sell some of my trash and then buy, so that way the lower coin is absorbed. Although I don't think I'll be buying anything because he doesn't have water either. So if you notice, we're at 20 platinum now. I'm feeling rich. So look, this guy's got a little of everything. Honey mead, fish wine, red wine, brandy, mead, short ale, ale, white wine, shot glass, bottle, koala sap. That's something you need for brewing and for tailoring as well, because you have to brew some special stuff out of that for your tailoring. Cask and a short beer. No water here either. Tanned assets. I think leatherworking requires some water. Am I right? Apparently not when you're a dwarf. Alright. Red Fist Metals. This is where I like to buy my medicine bags. Someone mentioned in the comments that I can make medicine bags via tailoring. So I will look that up and check it out. Oh, this is a guy selling your basic necessities. For example, a kite shield, AC 8. That would be an upgrade for us from our AC 4 shield. It would also be 7 pounds more weight. That's something I should consider buying, though, is a new shield, because if I'm going to go one-handed all. The thing about going one-handed is I've got that new two-hander, right? And I'm thinking I got to choose one or the other and leave the other in the bank. Because the weight, like if I got a sword and a shield, that's going to be like 15 to 16 pounds. And then I also carry like a 12-pound hammer. That's like all of my carrying capacity just for, you know, my weapons. You're not even talking about the armor that I'm going to have. Like, I will be encumbered, I think, if I carry both a two-hander and a one-hander and a shield. You know what I mean? Bronlor Lightblade, let's talk to him. Hello there, Pallonius. How does ye fare today? Are ye a priest of the great Brel Ceres? If ye are not, I mean nothing against ye, but I am on a mission to administer guidance to a holy priest of my lord Brel Cerelis. I can be a priest. Well, now they're talking, Pallonius. I think if you've been doing well in your training, then you'll be ready to assist me with the problem we've been having with this gosh darn for nothing green rascals. What green rascals? Well, of course, I'd be talking about those goblins that have tried to storm up our front gates for some time. I reckon they are up to no good, since I hear they just be a few from a well-trained horde of goblin invaders that are planning an attack, methinks. Will you help us in finding and slaying the goblins? Yeah, sure, I'll help. That's great to hear, Pallonius. To prove to me that you have found and slain these beasts, bring 4 sets of the beads that they carry around their necks. I don't know much about them, but I reckon they have set up camp close by here. The Night Watch have halted the first attack by these goblins, described the fighting style to be of the highest goblin caliber. I hope this helps. Good luck to you. Now, if those are the level 1 goblins, we're not doing that, but it was fun to, you know, talk to him. Oh, Bizarre Bloodforge, and I believe our two-handed hammer is the Bloodforge hammer. This should be interesting. Let's talk to him. State your business. I have no time for chit-chat. Well, speak up, Toad. What? Have you come here to return goblin beads? No, dude. I'm not here to return goblin beads. If you wish to return the Runny-Eye War beads, you best have at least 4 of them. Do not waste my time with any less. If I'm in a good mood, I just may reward you with some trash, I mean equipment from our armory. Alright. So if we go to Runny-Eye, and we come back here, I mean, isn't Runny-Eye, like, over at Misty Thicket? But maybe there's Runny-Eye Warblades off of Goblins in Butcher Block? Probably, right? Guess what, though? I'm on a quest of my own, dude. And you know what it's for? It's for water. It's for water, man. Like, can you help? Can you give me some water if I go kill some goblins for you? Can you give me like a flask of water? Like, is that possible? For the love of God. Like, really, dude? I've been all over this freaking town. No, there's still... That's not true. There's still a place to go. Oh, I'm trying to remember where it is, though. Because my Nparse is down. Where do you normally approach this room from? Not here. Anyway, I'm going to pause it till I get where I'm thinking of. But I want to go back to, like, the gates when you first enter this zone. You know, when you first come in from the... what's it called? From Butcher Block. You know what I mean? I'm trying to remember where that path is. Getting lost here. Okay, here it is. Okay. Guess I won't pause it after all. Because I think if we go... See, here's the entrance. If we go over here, got some more options for finding water. Jump the river. Oh, no! It's okay, I guess I could get out. I'm not a dwarf, so I'm able to get out of there. Gertha swear I've already been here. I didn't know that. Oh, no. So this entire city has no water? No worries. I'm too fatigued to jump. When I hit the spacebar, it says, I am too fatigued to jump. Wow. I am like dying of thirst here in a frickin' city. A city carved into a mountain, no less. Like, has anybody ever like drilled through rock? I'm pretty sure what I've learned from movies is that it involves water. Like, the water is a part of the drilling through rock process. Am I wrong about that? But I'm pretty sure I can come out here and probably one of these guys over by the newbie yard has got something. He's got some water. Maybe the elf here is sane. There's a high elf, I think, right in here. Yeah, there he is. Inidula Dermirgan. He's got malt. And that's it. But there's some ladies in here. Hey, ladies. Oh, glowering at me dubiously, indifferently. Oh, Kyla Rucksack. Oh, that's your... Dude, who named you Rucksack? That's harsh, man. Wow. That is harsh. Why is this door away from Kaladim? Well, Thranon? Water flask! Let me make sure water flask is... It's a drink. Oh, baby. Do I just buy one? Yeah, I think one stack is enough. We gotta drink one, like, right away. Yeah! Ho ho ho! We are regaining energy. Mana has ticked up. We found water. Yay! Okay. Oh, Jesus. Alright. Back to the cleaners, I guess. Oh! Yeah. So you guys, I gotta say, videos on this character might slow down. I really want to get 2 full backpacks full of night cards before I go to the next part, and I'm almost there. But I was like a week ahead, and now the last video before this one released like 4 days ago at the time of this recording. Not at the time of that I started this video, but at the time of recording now in this video. Because I gotten lucky a few times with those Cleaner VII rats. One time I got like 2 or even 3 spawns in a row. It was like 15 minutes, get like 3 or 4 cards, and then other times it's just like nothing. When I first started, literally more than an hour of camping the rats and killing them over and over again, and not even seeing a single cleaner spawn. So I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take to get these, and I'm still thinking about what to do next. Now I've got 2 ideas. One sounds like a more interesting adventure, and one sounds like the better idea. So the first one is, we're going to have to go take the boat to the Ocean of Tears, right, in order to turn in the night cards. And then when we get back on the boat, we're going to have to go to Freeport first, So I was thinking, well, when we go to Freeport, why not just go... Oh, another infected rat. Why not just go... first off, go to the Paladin Guild there and put some of our training points to use, right? Secondly, since we'll be in Freeport, just go out into the Common Lands and kill some stuff there. Now, I don't want to fight just in the East Common Lands, like near the tunnel, because you're not particularly close to any zone line, A. And there's a lot of stuff that will jump me, you know? There's the cats and stuff. They'll jump me. And hardcore, that doesn't sound like the way to go. So I was thinking I run through the East Common Lands to the West Common Lands, and I go to the Orc Camp in the northwest corner near the Kithakor Forest zone line. It's not that near, which makes me hesitate. And also, the zone line itself is surrounded often by Kodiak bears, or young Kodiak bears that will attack me on sight. I think. I'm not sure though, because I feel like lately, on multiple characters, animals have not been attacking. They're like, they say they're KOS, but they're not. I almost feel like maybe Secrets, toned it down to make it easier for us. Or maybe I've just been getting lucky. Like maybe they have a smaller aggro radius, but I'm not sure if it's a tweak or it's just the way it's been. But it seemed like when I first started playing, like they would jump you hardcore, and now it feels like they don't jump me at all. But anyway, if I do that Orc Camp there, I can think of at least 2 pulls that are single, right? And that might be enough if they range from like 5 to 7 or 8. It says they can range from 5 to 10. So we might be too low for that, actually. But anyway, I mean, I guess I could kill some animals really carefully. I could kill animals in East Common Lands by the Nectulus Forest zone line. There's an option. I could go into Nectulus Forest, carefully avoid the Dark Elf guards, and try to kill the undead that are kind of just right around the corner from the East Commonland zone line in Nectulus Forest. There's like a couple spawns of like skeletons and stuff. Would have some trouble breaking them though. But I think I would be a good level for that. I think they're like level 6-ish. Probably should go to Booker Block and do the dwarf skeletons, but I'm thinking they're too low now. The wiki says they're 5 to 7. Now the level 7s should be dark blue, but the level 5s are probably going to be light blue at this point. That might be perfect though. But then again, like I said, we're going to be over on the other side after we take the boat to get the night cards. So here's option number 2, which it doesn't sound as much of an adventure, but it's probably the smart thing to do, is to just come back here on the boat again. Just stay on the boat, come on back, and then maybe go kill some more Crushbone orcs and Crushbone. Maybe hunt some stuff in Butcher Block, like the dwarf skeletons, or maybe even the chessboard. I think some of the spawns in the chessboard we would not be able to handle, but some of them are like level 7, level 8 monks, which I think we could pull off, especially with the armor we would get. I think we could do it, and I think escape would be possible. It's a bit of a run to the G-Phase zone line, but I think with Strafe running and lay on hands, we would be able to do that. Problem is not much loot there. So that's probably the play, is to come back here. Another option is going to zones like, let's say, Steam Font. I think there's, well, we're probably too low for a lot of the stuff in there. Like the Minotaurs, I think, yeah, we're too low for. So yeah, you guys, I'm trying to think of like the next grind for us. I mean, Crushbone probably is the smartest thing. Kill greens and light blues and dark blues. You're getting experience on maybe like 2 out of 3 kills. Experience is good in Crushbone. Even like the lowest level dark blue, it just seems like you get a nice chunk of experience from the mobs in Crushbone. The Zem is just nice. Plus the belts, right? The cool thing about doing the Death Fist orcs over in the Common Lands is that I get some other faction. I mean, I don't seem to need this faction. I've already done quite a few belts. They seem to like me here anyway. So, anyway, if you have any suggestions, By the time you see this video, I could be as high as level 10. I've actually gotten quite a bit of experience from turning in the cards here. I get like 3%. Like it might be worth it to let's see, if I really get 3%, that means 7 more should help me ding level 10, which would be cool. Why do I feel like something important happens at level 10? I don't think so though, but oh yes! I believe at level 10 the damage cap is going to raise from 20 to 30, which is going to make the Bloodforge hammer much more valuable, much more worth using. Because right now I see the damage capping at 20. Sometimes, for whatever reason, it'll go to 21. Might have to do with my strength or something. But if I think it's being held at 20 because of the cap. Usually it would hit at least double. The max would be at least double the damage of the weapon. The damage is 13, so it should be able to hit for 26. So at level 10, I believe this thing starts to hit for 26. Skilling it up has not been easy. My cap is 50. Two-hand blunt's only at 7. And I've been conning every rat that I've killed down here. And it's been quite a few. And every time it's anything other than green, light blue, or sometimes even dark blue, I'm busting out the two-hand blunt. And I'm smashing it with the two-hand blunt until it's running. If it starts running, I need to get it down. I don't want him to chase it so far, so I switch back to one-hand slash and the shield so I can get the bashes in too. That's a stun if it doesn't kill him. And also, one-hand slash is not yet max level either. Oh wait, this is an example. So I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna put the shield away. Let the rat hit me in the back for a second while I reorganize some stuff. Wow, he's like not hitting me at all. And throw in the hammer. So this is what I've been doing. I've been trying as much as I can to use the two-handed hammer, get it up. Even though I should really cap out one-hand slash. I should have one combat skill at max. So you know if stuff goes south, you know what I mean. But it just like does not skill up. It does not skill up. It was already at like 3 or 4. When I started doing this, and like I said, I've killed a boatload of rats, quite a few light blues and stuff. It's gonna have 3 levels. I'm hoping it's the kind of thing that like once it starts to gain traction, it's got like an exponential growth rate, you know, it just starts leveling up faster as it gets higher. At least like maybe like a bell curve kind of thing. Like as it gets to like 15, it starts to cruise, and then when it gets closer to my max of 50, it starts to slow down a bit or something. But look, nothing. And look, highest hit was 21. The next highest was 19. So, no skill ups. That's another thing, like, I don't think once we get all the night cards, I'm going to be very comfortable with my skill levels. I still want to hunt lower dark blues, you know. I'd be even happy hunting something that's light blue. And that, again, makes me drift back towards Crushbone, because I know those orcs are like low end. The ones near the entrance, they're low end dark blue. Some of them can be like almost even con actually, but mostly they're lower dark blue, light blue. It's kind of perfect for us, so we can just, you know, grind up our weapon skills as quickly as possible. And our defense has started to catch up quite a bit. Defense has gotten up to 42, so out of a cap of 50. That's not bad. And I remember just like 7 levels ago, my AC when carrying the Bloodforge hammer was like 160. Now it's 180. And if I switch out for the shield, it goes up to 187. That's not a huge... It goes up 6. When I put the shield, it goes up 6. From 4. Huh. Is that the extra bonus that a shield does? Because if anybody knows... Please tell me, if you're watching and you know, please tell me. Does a shield provide more benefit than the AC that it says that it gives you? My sense from my anecdotal experiences, oh, big words, is that it does. Like, it feels like when you use a shield, you just take way less of a beating. And it's way less than the AC would suggest. You know, like 4 AC, I mean, come on, like... that should be almost an unnoticeable difference in combat, right? But it does feel like it makes a difference. So if anybody knows, like, how does a shield work, it's probably like something I could search right now on P99 Wiki. But, you know, I prefer to talk to somebody, and if you like talking, how does a shield work? Like, is it just the AC? Is there some sort of block roll that's not, like, manifest in the text of the game? See, this guy's only green. So what I like to do when they're only green is switch to the one-hand slash, just because it kills faster. Because the two-hand is only level 7. Look at that, see? He still hits for a 12. See, that's double the damage of 6. And whenever I get 2 rats, I always try to engage them both at the same time, just so that I don't have to chase at least one of them down, you know? Wait, is this one blue? No, they're both green. Making a little bit of side cash from their whiskers and their skins and their meat. Okay, I've had this weird thing where it won't let me loot corpses, and at first I thought it was because it happened to me in Crushbone a while ago, and I thought it was because I did see somebody else hit it with a 5 damage burst of flame. Like just after I engaged it, maybe they were trying to pull it, this orc in Crushbone. And then I couldn't loot the corpse, and I thought it's because, oh, because they hit it, now I'm not allowed to loot it. Because I do know they've put in some strict, someone found some sort of exploit with self-found. Maybe like killing mobs and then letting a self-found member loot them. Maybe like you get them to a low HP and then you log off for zone, and then the self-found player picks it up at low HP and kills it. Or somebody had found some workaround. I saw mention of it by Secrets in one of her updates or patches or whatever. And so I know that they've put in some special mechanics for looting corpses. So basically, someone else hit this orc that I had got the first hit on. So I know that. Then I saw the burst of damage come in. Maybe lag played a part, and maybe they actually hit it first and I didn't see it. I don't know. Can never know for sure. But anyway, they left it alone. I killed it. I definitely did the vast majority of the damage. That much is for sure. And I think I got experience too. Yeah, I remember checking that I also got experience for the kill, but I couldn't loot the corpse. And so I was thinking, oh, it's because they touched it and they got all this extra coding to prevent any, you know, workarounds of the self-found tag, right? Any cheating in that dimension. But then it started happening to me down here with the rats. Like, I would kill a rat occasionally, and it happens the most often when I have 2 mobs engaged. So it might actually still be some coding kicking in. But I'm starting to think it might also be... Let me do hide corpse off. Let's see if that corpse is still... See, that corpse is gone now. That corpse is gone. So I think what it really is just that there's nothing on the corpse. You know what I mean? There's just nothing on the corpse, and then it says you can't loot this corpse. I think it is because of the extra programming for the self-found. Because even if there's nothing on the corpse, usually you can loot it and see the nothing on the corpse. You know what I mean? So it is partially the self-found thing, but I don't think it's cheating me of any loot. I think it's just when the corpse has nothing on it, it will not let me loot the corpse. As an accidental... it caused accidentally by whatever tweaks they've done to prevent cheating on self-found characters. So anyway, you guys, I had a short playtime. I was really planning on just recording a little, talking a little, and then switching over to my enchanter, because I really want to grind the enchanter up. I'm not recording those. I put up a video just today that I think was a fun crawl through Lower Guck, but for the most part I'm just finding a good solo spot with like 4 mobs, a pair here, a pair there, you know, enchanter charming, so you charm and kill 2 at the same time, charm and kill 2 at the same time, and then just, you know, pushing. I want to get her up to... I would love to get her to max before Kunark, which I guess is possible. Like, if I don't hop on the Ixar train, you know, I can't imagine myself not doing an Ixar, though, like, to be honest. You know? It's like another fresh server launch. Like, how could you pass up on that? Ixar only fresh server launch? That's like such a unique, cool thing that they're going to have when they do the month early Kunark release, where the continents are separated. If you haven't heard about that, I think I've mentioned it before, so I don't want to talk about it again too much. Oh, look, alteration 14, 15. Channeling 31, getting lucky. Wow, see, look, it seems like around 15, stats start to pick up steam. Or I just got really lucky. But anyway, ideally what I should do, since my enchanter's still so far from max level, is I should, and when Kunark drops, the max level's going to go up, right? I really should catch that enchanter up. Then there's so many friends I'll be able to play with them. I got a bunch of druids that are max level, druid friends that are max level. Enchanter druid, that's a decent combo. Classic's got his necro and necro enchanter, awesome combo. How about this? Necro enchanter druid, like that's real solid combo, you know? Both of us could charm, or even just the necro pet, enchanter pet, you know? Just beating stuff down with sheer DPS, and then a druid for the healing, and who knows, maybe some extra DPS with some barbs and regen for the enchanter, because you know the enchanter gets beat a little bit on charm breaks, but if we keep the damage down, you wouldn't even need to heal. You could just regen, you know, keep us both alive. Double charm with a druid healer, because we got classic 50 necro and a bunch of druid friends. Ranger friends, enchanter, ranger, necro, also really good, because rangers got light heals, right? So like, let's say out of combat, in between fights, the ranger can self heal quite a bit. Necro's got some ghetto heal too. So with the enchanter giving clarity to the necro, and you know, haste and clarity to the ranger, slowing mobs, hasted pet for DPS. It's almost like you don't need a healer. Like the ranger heals and the necro heals are enough for a good trio. We got a monk that should be max level, like, but yeah, I really should get the enchanter to max level. However, I just don't see it happening. Like, I'm only 36 now, and I'm just hit 36. I think I'm like 10% in, and it's only gonna get harder to level when I hit the 40s. You know, 40s to 50s, and I just have so little playtime, and the playtime I do have, it's like Friday nights being consumed by the Self-Found Friends group, which I love. I'm not going to stop that just to try to hit 50, you know. I probably should, ideally, but you know, I can catch up after Kunark drops. That's what I'm thinking, is what, if I don't jump on the Ixar train, what I can do is, everyone's going to go over to Kunark, right? So tons of stuff is going to open up for me here on this continent. So I can maybe find some, it'd be easier to grind up solo grinding, because with an enchanter, like, yeah, they're great in a group, but rarely does group XP speed outpace my solo speed. You know what I mean? It is cramped a little bit because of the respawns, actually. Enchanters are cramped a little bit, because if it was the 22-minute respawn instead of the 8-minute respawn, I would like, the 8-minute respawn is awkward, because I kill a pair of mobs and I kill another pair of mobs, and then I sit and I met up and I'm like full mana, like ready to go, full mana, full HP. For like 1 or 2 minutes I'm waiting, because I don't want to start a third fight and then get spawned on in the middle of that fight. You know what I mean? Whereas if it was 22 minutes, I would do 2 pairs, and then I could just keep going. Oh, a cleaner, yeah! And he's blue, so let's switch to the, oh, bag's getting full. Oh, jeez. Switch to the big hammer. Come on, there we go. Oh, I forgot what I was saying now. It's good stuff too. Okay, it was something about Kunark dropping and soloing on the enchanter, and XP speed on the enchanter, and I can't remember. There we go, got a 2-hand blunt level up. And there's the scrap metal we need, and this scrap metal is no drop lore, I believe. Is it? I assumed it was. Yes, so that means I can only carry one. That's why I've been, every time I get it, I head back to go turn it in. But anyway, yeah. Hopefully when Kunark drops, everybody goes over there. And if I were smart, I would stay here, level up the enchanter, catch up. But it would still be hard to catch up. I'm sure Classic would push for 60 and leave me in the dust. And the thing with the enchanter is it's not like the cleric. Like the cleric, I can group with someone 10 levels higher than me and still be like nearly just as useful, you know, because I'm healing. But the enchanter has to charm a pet that's like 3 to 5 levels lower than he is, right? He or she. So not quite as useful to a higher level. Because if I'm gonna play with a higher level character, we're gonna want to kill mobs that are like yellow to me and blue to him. But my pet is gonna be so much lower than those mobs if I can even get a pet. So it's really not the best dynamic for playing with somebody who's higher than you. Enchanter is good to play with someone who's the same level as you, or someone who's lower level than you. Anyway, might as well pause it now. Had a lot to say. Haven't done much recording lately. That's the good thing about doing less recording. More to say. I apologize for those of you who are kind of just tuning in for this self-found adventure here, and maybe not tuning in at all for my other characters, and I'm talking so much about them. However, it's my life, you know? This is my life. This is what I'm doing. So I'm playing these other characters. I'm mixing it up, and I recommend it. You know, people talk about alt-itis like it's a disease, altaholic, but I think it's the right way to play the game because you're doing so much grinding on one character. It's just the same kind of combat over and over again, just aiming for that number, that level, right? But the truth is, you're not having as much fun. At some point, you're just like, I'm just gotta grind it through. I think it's a universal thing. People think that's what you like, this is what I like, but I think it's universal that we appreciate diversity. Like if I give you chocolate cake every day, how much are you gonna like? Even if chocolate cake's your favorite cake, and you might even think, I just want chocolate cake. I don't want any of that strawberry cake. I like strawberry cake, but chocolate cake's my favorite cake, right? But if I gave you chocolate cake every day, I guarantee you after like, I want to say after 3 days, but after 10, let's just say 10, that strawberry cake's gonna taste better than the chocolate cake. You know what I mean? You might deny that in your head, but I'm pretty sure it's actually true. So that's the advantage of having so many characters. So you get a variety of experience. Oh wow, another level up. 2 on this one fight. That's pretty good. So yeah, start alts. Start a lot of alts. Maybe just like 2 alts. You know, have like 3 different characters. Have different characters for different situations of your life. You've only got 10 or 15 minutes. Enchanter is wonderful. You have the enchanter camped out in a solo spot. You log on, sip a couple mobs against each other. Bam, 5 minutes. You got 2 kills. 12 minutes, you get 4 kills, and then you can log off again. Or a character like or when you got a group thing you can do. A healer is a different experience than an enchanter in a group. A tank and a puller is a different experience. You know, people get burned out pulling, burned out tanking. You can feel it in their attitudes in the group, you know. So I think, you know, spend some time in the other role. Give yourself a break from that role on another character. And then you come back and you really enjoy playing on grinding that character. Like, I have a lot of fun in the enchanter charming. But I think if I was always just playing the enchanter charming, I wouldn't. Anyway, not such bad luck. I'd say about average. We killed quite a few rats. We got 1 cleaner. Kids are about to come home, so I'm going to have to pause this recording again. Ooh, this video has gotten pretty long. But that's good. I think I'll just put this episode out, I was planning on including the turn-in on this episode because I was thinking I'm not going to record much of the process. I'll just show it like once and then show the turn-in. But I guess I had a lot to say today. So we're at about an hour. I'll release this video. And then the next video will start with me showing the full bags and setting off on the way to the Ocean of Tears to turn in the night cards and to get a bunch of armor. Now a lot of it we're not even going to be able to wear. There's varying sizes from small, there's small and there's large that we can't wear. But apparently some of it, my friend Wolfdar was telling me, some of it is Dwarven Ringmail, which he told me sells for like 20 platinum or something. I'm like, so we might make some nice money. Now what to do with that money, I'm going to have to think about it. Like if I really have enough money, I might want to start blacksmithing. Even though it's expensive, I might want to figure it out. Although, I mean, if I get armor, but see, the thing is with blacksmithing, I can make weapons as well. But I have a weapon here. What do I spend the money on if I don't spend it on a trade skill, though? Like blacksmithing. Like, am I going to save up for a vendored weapon? Like, that would be like... It'd be so expensive. But maybe. Anyway, kids just came through the door. I'm going to camp out. I'll see you guys next time on the next episode. Oh God. Peace.